Hi everyone, welcome to the European Youth Ultimate Championships here in Ghent, Belgium. This is our second game of the day. We've got the French women versus the Italian women. We're in the Eurodisc arena, and this is an European Ultimate Federation production produced with Ulti TV, and I am Amelia Durbin, joined with my co-commentator today, Stefan Rapazzo. Hello, Stefan Rapazzo.
How are you doing, Amelia? Everything going all right for you?
Yeah, just about calmed down after our very exciting first match with the Italian and French men going back-to-back, with the Italian team taking the win 13-11. Hoping for a close game. What do you think with this one's going to be today?
Yeah, exciting stuff. I mean, I think we got it in the first game. I think we're going to get a whole bunch more in this game. The difference being in the open round, we filmed Italy, France, that were playing for 3 and 4 in the top power pool to redistribute and go down. These two are playing for 1 and 2. This is for the top of the table for the #1 seed. This is, you know, potentially a preview of the final. I mean, the last one could have been 2, but this one, based on results, a bit more likely to be a potential preview. They will both get a bye. This will determine who gets to play the 4 seed versus who gets to play the 3 seed. And of course, that means who gets to carry that 1 seed into the final. So a big, big game coming up. The Italians, Agata Benzi has been great for them with 8 assists and 5 goals throughout. Martia Amati, she's got herself 3 assists and 7 goals throughout this game, throughout this tournament rather, doing great work. The French on the other side, it's Le Coart, who's doing a lot of work, 4 assists, 4 goals, and Ella Maillard, 6 assists, major distributor, pairing that up with a couple of assists. So those are some players to watch before we break into this one. Of course, these two nations just known for hitting it out with each other in every division, seniors, but lately so much more in the junior divisions. We saw them Italy versus France in Padova, in open and women's last year in the under-20s. We get a back-to-back today to start the day, and I couldn't be more excited.
Excellent, it's a pleasure for us to be here today. Unsure who's coming out on offense or starting on defense, so we'll take a look who picks up that disc. Looking like Italy on defense, having had a disc thrown at their heads there.
Not sure they were ready for that one, coming in from the scorekeepers. But it did make it. We've got Ollie Photo on the sideline. Of course, a big game when Ollie Photo gets there. We're getting our pictures taken as we speak right now.
I've never actually seen what Ollie Photo looks like.
Well, now you know. Ollie
now I
Photo.
know. Now I know.
You're there.
And the viewers at home also don't know what he looks like. Still a mystery.
Yeah, we'll have to take a picture of him now and put it up on the
See our
Ultra TV
social medias,
Instagram.
yeah.
Hang on, I'm making this
You're doing it, he's doing it.
It's not just all talk.
Okay, we can see the coaches getting Italy and France ready now. France with their little trolley full of snacks and water, which I think is a genius idea, actually. But we've seen... Oh, he's gone.
He's escaped before I could get my camera. Sorry to
That's
interrupt.
okay. No, I was distracted by the potential social media tagging. See the French women holding hands, united after their compadres in the U20 division, winning a world gold medal just a couple of weeks ago. So I'm sure they're hoping for equal success here at the European Youth Ultimate Championships. But pull is about to go up and play is underway. Quite a big offside there, but
yeah,
not called.
No, that was a major miscommunication offside, that one for sure.
Okay, France are in. Swinging laterally across the pitch. Into the hands of Janssen. Janssen with the disc again now. A zone from Italy. And a turnover.
Early mistake there, zone caused that high release backhand to go a little bit lackadaisically.
Yeah, a bit of a slow start. We saw that from the previous game. We've got Amati on the disc now. Looking a little bit stuck. The pick or
Flexing some muscles out there, double bicep flex.
we've got Chiara on the disc. The disc going back to Amati. Stall out being called by the French player.
Now that seems like it would have been fast for me. I'm not sure exactly where they were prior to the call and for it to go back, but it
Translators coming.
I would never have guessed that that tap-in was going to be that close, coming in at 7 or 8 or 9.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see that being called a stall out. But again,
We're not out there.
we're not out there. We can't hear them. The disc might have been there for longer than we thought prior to the pick going up.
So it may have been told to be coming in at stalling 8. We may have some audio confirmation on that, which again maybe a little bit of a it is contested as our I would have to if I were to wager a guess at what the percentage of stall out calls that are contested, I would say about 90.
Oh, yeah. It takes real, confidence to decline it. A big hop from the Italian player, but confidently denied by number 26 there, Falord.
She's got herself in the middle.
A huck potential here, but not taken. Romano at the disc, moving to Blanchard. Swinging back to Romano. French team here using the width of the field, calling for it onto that far sideline. Janssen's driving it. Falord. Back to Janssen. Blanchard now to Romano. High disc from Romano, but taken down confidently from Janssen. Romano streaks up line, but couldn't hit her. Just too far.
Both these teams trying to find their footing early in the game, as you said, similar to that last one. Janssen's, I thought she's been running very, very well to start this game off. Mostly everything that's gone through her has proven successful.
Yeah, clearly an important handler on this line. Big hut goes up from Italy. France chasing. And they secure it. Don't think that was quite the intended receiver, but pushing on. Oh, a little bit of contact there. I think that was unfortunate from Romano, but goal secured and a first point break for Italy. I think France are probably feeling a bit disappointed with that and got quite close to their own end zone for a goal, but just a little misexecution there.
Yeah, one overthrow just a bit too far, and to go the other way that quickly really stings. Great play here to hold position, And as you say, the ensuing throw here, maybe not the intended target, but Capello, great bailout to keep following through, puts that one into the hands, and next throws a score despite the discussion here. Been some heavy contact there. The French defender does have to do a better job with their body control on that.
Yeah, I think a little bit of a late bid. So French coming out on offense again. It has started to come down the rain a little bit. A slight, in the UK we called it mizzle, misty drizzle.
I love the Woojin. I don't know if you know that about me, but I love word fusion so much that I named it Woojin.
Woojin, yeah, mizzle.
Mizzle. Well, why does Snoop Dogg carry an umbrella? For drizzle.
Oh. That was not your best. Seeing a different group of French players now, so they have changed quite a lot of the players on that O-line, so a different look now. We've got the Italian pull coming up just past the brick mark, confidently caught by France. Got Mercer. Oh no, I apologise, we've got Goyon on the disc, 22, Millard. A bit stuck, pushing the disc backwards to Mer. Back to Millard. Bit stuck, France are in this middle pit, but being able to reset it. Too far again. Italy ready to capitalise as the rain starts to come down a little bit heavier here. Looking for Rapanzo, great defensive intensity. Marino, high disc. Oh, great defensive intensity from Millard there, using all her long limbs to get that block.
Yeah, it was likely to have gone out anyways, I think, but just no two ways about it. Great effort to knock that one away and ensure.
Mo putting it deep. Great from Delpech. Moving the disc backwards now, and just a drop from 22 there. Millard, after that D, couldn't compose herself to secure the disc. Italy pushing for their second break now. Rain is coming down harder, the disc is going to get slippy. Intensity building, high stall, and a D. Celebration.
I think they were calling the stall out as well, but either way, it's a turnover.
Hayek gets there.
And the French have a short field to look at now.
Millard walking confidently towards the disc. Isolation from the back of the stack. Great pickup. Hayek now. And there's the score. Number 10, Delpech.
Back and forth they go. Delpech, the daughter of Christophe Delpech, who's the coach of the French mixed team, also coached the French women's team that just won the World Championship gold. He does a lot of the coaching and coaches her team, Owl Curve.
Well, he'll be very happy.
Out of Cougar, so yes, he'll have a keen eye on her and this game, all French Ultimate. He's very, very invested, of course. Back and forth they went there. There was a great block on the sideline for the French, Ella Maillard as well. I thought the Italian attack was looking quite good up until that throw. It was also very interesting to see, and I'll keep my eye on this as we go. French notoriously don't play OD. They just play reciprocating lines back and forth, equivalent lines. They definitely have received 2 pulls, having been broken on the first point of the game, and have had 2 totally different lines out there thus far.
Okay, good to know. What are your thoughts on that approach?
Don't like it.
Okay.
But it can work. It really depends on the team. If you really have hegemony amongst your line, if you really do, but I think that is very, very difficult to establish when you can get that kind of hegemony.
First pass turnover for Italy, not really a defensive intensity thing, just a mis-execution. Maybe it should have been a two-hander, but we've got Devaux on the disc, and another drop. It is starting to get wet here. Both the turf and the disc. Another turnover, 3 in a row.
our statisticians working very hard to keep up with the turns when they come quick, fast like that.
I think both teams need to take a little bit of a breath. Got Romano picking the disc up, moving it towards the field. Lovely lofty throw into the middle with Janssen. Just a drop again. That was Duveau. Capello with the disc swinging centre. Amati. Looking a bit lost, not many options, but 7-2 Chiara catches it into the middle of the pitch with Galetta. Amati. Big backhand fake. Chiara. France protecting this open cone. Just got spun. See the French defender then just kind of overcommitting, following her defender rather than putting her body in an advantageous position. She just got put in the wash cycle there and spun right back round, ready to take that open slide goal. So that is now 2-1 to Italy. France down a break, but still very early on in this game. Starting to rain a bit, potentially a timeout taken by Italy. They have gathered in the circle, so we're taking a timeout. I'm not sure if we're taking a timeout. I didn't see any hand signals.
I'm not sure either, but they're definitely not going to their lines.
It looks like it potentially is a timeout. What are your thoughts on this game so far?
Yeah, I mean, the sloppy point there, the weather certainly has had its effect. It's the third point of the game, so there's a little bit of a crowd here in this game. People are watching, pressure's on for the first point, so to be expected. 5 turnovers in that last point. I think whoever can really show that they've settled first can take a decided advantage that they might be able to carry through to the end. That is speculation, but yeah, entertaining thus far. I think we're going to have a good one. As you see, Amati, the scorer of that last one. Already the turn count will be high for all of these individuals because of just those last 2 points.
Yeah. On paper, the way I'm seeing the French team play, it looks more mature, but I think what the Italian team have showcased us is sometimes shooter's got to shoot and it can come down with it. I think the French team could maybe take a lesson from the Italians' book, which is just pushing it a little bit harder, but with composure. But Italy on the pull now. We've got Rampazzo with the pull. Rebecca Rampazzo. Close to your name.
Rampazzo, yes, she's from Padova. Her father, a baker, has a wonderful bakery, does some of the catering for the Padova events.
Oh, delicious.
An ex-player, of course, as well. And just a joyful man.
Slow to pick up the pull here. Not.
They called the offside.
Did they call an offside? Oh, I did not see that. Thank you for adding. Big shot here. And a goal. Ella Minard with the big backhand throw. And the receiver just trying to catch the number there. Having a little dance in the middle. 74. We've got... That's a big name. I'm going to hand that over to my French compadre.
That is Bézenic Caminade.
Thank you.
And she didn't have to do much, did she? She kept her line, and a throw, an absolute perler of a throw by Ella Maillard. You know, the 14-year-old with 5 years experience, Amelia Durbin. Can you believe that?
I wish that you could have all seen my face then. It was a shock, but in also horror.
She started playing at age 9, offensive handler, who comes from Montsou. And
5-time French U17 champion.
Her sporting hero, Jamie Erickson. Do you know Jamie Erickson?
Jamie Erickson.
On the gram?
I do.
She's Montana. I'm not sure exactly.
She's playing for Riot this season.
Yes, Seattle. But has a great content creator.
Yep.
She works very hard. I know she was a gold medalist on the beach at Huntington.
Unfortunately, didn't make the senior team this year, which was a bit of a surprise. But pull is up for the French team now. Still a breakdown, so they're going to want to be hunting this Italian D-line now and hoping that they can get that block. Bello in the middle, moving the disc backwards. down that far sideline, utilising the line space. France doing a really good job of fronting. Down the sideline. Back into the middle now. Not quite. A good reset. Quite German-esque, but didn't quite hit the continuation. France doing a great job of containing, and there's the D from number 28. Montoy. And a huck again immediately. And that's the score, that's the break back. And the bookends for 28.
Monziol, she got the credit for that defense, but it was a consistency of pressure by the whole French team. I mean, almost a covered sack, but no, because it didn't come off of the throwaway. It did. She does very much deserve that deep. She got the run through, but it was just coming and coming. Every cut was made to be difficult. So much pressure on the Italian throwers. And then Monziol continued and said, why not give me a goal too?
Yeah, the French team
double happiness.
Did a great example of really shut down defense. I wouldn't say they were fronting or pushing them deep. I would say that they were just hugging onto that back shoulder and just being super aggressive with their defensive intensity. And it paid off. As the stall count rises, things get more intense, and I think they've done a great job there. So that's the break back. We're now back on serve. So France are up 3-2 on Italy at the European Youth Ultimate 17s. And as Steph said at the beginning, this is a game that just decides who went unbeaten on the first 2 days. So it's the top power pool. Both teams have won 2 games in this power pool. And we're going to be hoping for the clean sweep to make it 3. Italy with France, with the pull. Not a lot of wind here. A slight crosswind almost, but pretty flat. So hoping to see this one sit for a while. Give France a chance to run onto it. Short pull just ahead of the brick mark. 23 on offense here. That is Benzi with the cowboy hat.
Those were the player gifts in Padova.
They're so nice. Great open side throw to Novelli. Novelli looking. Great bits. Unfortunate to ground strip, but what an effort. France offender streaking deep, but not to be rewarded. Goyon on the disc. Lecoa. Poisson. Down the line strike. She secured it. Open side flick. Nearly in the red zone now. High disc, and that's the break. A clean break hold there for the French.
Yeah, great defensive attack for the French to get that break going. I think it is such a shame that the Italians coughed up the turnover. The throw was off. Benzi threw her body around so well for the attempt, and I thought she had come up with it ground stripped in the end. But the French hold their composure. The Italians were a little bit disheveled out of position, and the French moved it in and through that red zone quickly, concisely, went sideline to sideline as they gained meters every throw. There you see Lecoin, who assisted and finished it off to Marie-Lou Delpech, who's got herself a pair of goals early on in this one. 4-2. French are a little bit lucky, I'll say, but you got to be good to be lucky. They are in the right places. They're doing the right things.
Yeah.
I think the Italians are maybe unlucky.
Yeah, I agree.
On a couple of occasions here too.
But lots of time left. Only 2 breaks out. We saw in the previous game with the men that teams can break back and break back again. So the game's not over until it's over. 2 breaks in a row, though, difficult as a captain or a coach of this team to kind of keep the Italian team's heads in it and to not give up. Very easy to lose your confidence after 2 breaks, especially when you've gone through maybe 14 players and both sets of 7 have been broken. Difficult to know who to put on, but the 7 have been chosen.
Yeah, the run against is always, a hold and a break is always 2 in a row. As soon as you get that 3rd in a row and you get 2 breaks, that is the run. That is the break train is going, and that is when Ultimate becomes a game of runs, a game of momentum. You really before you think of anything, you just gotta be able to hold, and that's where, again, where the pressure goes onto that O-line.
Yeah.
Walk one in, get your D-line back on the field. You can't even worry about the run back and how you're going to get yourself in this game. Just stop the bleeding.
Yeah, saw the Italian coach there gesture a high release, as if to say, if you're throwing around, go low, the discs are lifting up, so that wind dimension might be stronger outside the tent than it is in our safe area here. Rain's coming down harder again, a great pull from France, and well received by the Italian player. We're in motion now, big puck going up, lots of touch. Italian player going underneath it. Indeed, I think potentially went up a little bit early there.
Yeah, there was a lot of contact as well. I don't think it was the effect, but Pazzo went up early, as you said.
We've got a travel or a foul call or
Foul
something.
on the throw. Did Benzi claim contact? Is that, if it's going back? Yeah. Foul and accepted, so claimed
Foul.
and agreed upon.
Let's watch it back here. Yes,
yeah,
I can see that.
yeah.
Yeah. And I did think when that disc came up that it came with a lot of touch, and I was congratulating the touch on it, but we're back in now. Flick to the open side. Lorino on the disc. Looking a little bit lost, but lovely shot. And well picked up there by Novelli. Goes again to Lorino. Into the red zone now. Moving backfield. Amati. As the rain picks up and starts coming in the tent. France doing a great job of protecting that open side into that end zone then. Like see Italy moving it around the back. But Amati with the disc.
Stoppage on the field.
Uncontested foul between the two players at the front of the front of the end zone there. Disc is in. Amati with the disc. High release over the arm. Torino. And kicked off, but a foul is being called. A push. Issuing that there was a push in the back.
Yeah, those two were the two involved with the foul and the throw, the Benzi throw. There is a little bit of a reach over there, but Le Pezenek Caminade really using her frame there. I felt like she just reached over the shoulder. There is contact when they're in at full speed, and you have to have that reach. There's not much more she could have done to evade contact. Fair to make the foul call, but a little bit of a touchy call, that one.
I think, Jesus.
Holy jumping Joe-Willikers.
Sorry, we're getting quite we're going to move the table. Our gazebo over our head has just given us quite the spray. Disc is in. We're moving around. We've got 88 on the disc here. And Italy score, but seemingly a stoppage. And a stall out being called. An uncontested stall out.
And that's the 10%
That's the 10%.
of the time.
And as I said, it takes great confidence to uncontest a stall out. So kudos to the spirit from the Italian player there. France now have got an opportunity to get another break. Disc in the middle of the pitch. Fallot looking a bit lost, but 14 now. Lance shot. Down to Janssen. Big puck going up, sitting beautifully. And that is the break. Fallot there on the receiving end of that beautiful puck by the same player that got the D that was contested.
Pezenek Caminade again opens up the arm this time, and great battle between Benzi and Le Pezenek Caminade. Caminade getting the better, and the continued run for the French because of it, opening up a four in a row right now. 5-2. The Italians got to come up with some answers here. I mean, they were close. They're unable to fulfill their point the whole way through every hand. I don't think positionally they're out of position too much. They're just missing on some of the execution. Some of that has got to be attested to the weather conditions here. Yeah. It has stopped after we got dumped on. I'm just about to dry off my laptop here.
I think the France team may be just showing a tiny bit more experience, perhaps, or confidence. The throws that they're putting out just seemingly a little bit more accurate, showing a little bit more skill. I haven't watched much of the Italian teams as of over the weekend so far, or the week so far, I should say, so not sure if they're just having an off game. But sometimes a little bit of rain can put players off, makes it harder to catch. The disc feels different in your hand, so we'll see what they can do and how they can respond. But that does take us to 5-2, France up. Bear in mind both teams were unbeaten in the pool, so Italy might not just be responding to a bigger amount of defensive intensity that they've come up against so far. But disc is in, big pull, sailing and sitting nicely just to the front of the far end zone. Caught by the Italian player, and we are in flow. Looking like an isolation, but whoa, what a layout D attempt there. Ella Menard is trying to get those blocks for her team. Disc is high, and a turnover for Italy. Excellent defensive intensity by the French here. Single hand grab, but collected nicely. Bobble off, but it's been caught. Payet looking a bit stuck, but over to Janssen. Oh no, Gibbon. Oh, wobbly, but received.
I mean, the French just can't put a foot wrong right now. Everything is falling in their favor. The bobble pass there, a chance to slap away, still collected. The throw, even the throw to score there, the outside in was not on point. It floated enough to get it, but everything is falling in their favor. That said, they are putting it on defensively too.
Yes.
I've said the Italians have missed a couple shots, but as we said earlier in this sequence, this run, the French are just there on every throw. They're close on every throw. Yeah. They're feeling the pressure every time they look up with the disc are the Italians.
Yeah, and you've got to give credit to the French team and also the French program. French, I would say, are probably one of the teams in Europe that across the board, across all divisions and also all genders, mixed, women's and open, have got teams that can really push. And that is a credit because it starts here. It starts at U17s. I'm looking at some of these players thinking, oh goodness, in a couple of years I'm going to be playing you on a French national team or a French club team, and you're scaring me now and you're 15, 16 years old. So it's a massive, massive testament to the talent that these players have.
And this is absolutely uncharted territory for the Italians, having won 13-5, 13-1, and 13-2. So this is the first time they're going to have to feel what it's like to play from behind. Let's see how they respond.
Right. Another high disc here, just missed executions from the Italian side, which is a real shame because their flow and their cutting is looking accurate. We've got Romano on the disc, but slippy disc just comes off her fingers.
I call that a flub.
A flub. We've got Benzi with the disc with the cowboy hat on, looking for an option, asking her team to cut for her. Cabrini with the disc over again, and a lovely pick up. Great composure. Benzi really putting the shift in now. Open side to Novelli. Pushing the disc, open side again, too far. Unfortunate there.
And they just are getting closer and closer. They've worked themselves in their way in. I mean,
an injury being called here.
And if that's by Benzi, that's really the last thing they can afford. I was about to say that she's the best out there right now.
I agree.
She's laying out for just about everything, whether she's hitting or missing. She's putting the team on her back.
I do agree, and you can see her
hopefully
needs.
It's a short break. I hope to see her back out there. So I've really enjoyed watching her play, and her team really needs her.
Yeah, I agree. Chiara been brought in as the replacement. France on offense now. A little canter there, and a timeout being called. Interesting place to be having a timeout, but a long point. France clearly do have an advantage in this game now, being 6-2 up, so maybe have a little bit more confidence knowing that a timeout that far down towards the Italy end zone is probably not so much of an issue.
Yeah, and I think I'm going back and forth and saying this. I was like, okay, it's the French pressure that's putting it on, and then the Italians make an easy mistake the next point, and then the French will put pressure. And again, that last turnover, the Italians just lost their focus, making some mechanical errors out there. I think the coaches will have a lot to say in that Italian huddle right now. I think a little bit of, I know Barbara Bondi, the head coach in the middle, been part of the Rimini program for many years. Coach Shout as well. She's got a wealth of knowledge, so she will have a lot to be able to impart on these players. Let's see if Italy can stop the flow here.
Again, worth noting, this Italian team have been dominant so far. They've won 2 games quite convincingly.
I mean, the total score the total scores against Italy is 5, 6, 7, 8 goals in total against them. Now they see themselves with a 6-win game and a 4-point deficit. Uncharted territories. This is where they really get to find what their, the cut of their jib, what they're all about. And to some end, the worst thing to get a hard slap in the face in this game, to be able to learn and take that into the next game, assuming they'll find their way into the final, or at least a semi that could or should be more manageable.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with you. Sometimes the games that suck the most are the ones that you learn the most from. You never learn from winning 15-1, but you will definitely learn from losing 15-1. But Italy not losing 15-1, only losing 2-6 at the moment.
There's lots of game left here.
There's lots of game left. And we see France on offense here, looking like a split stack, potentially an isolation on 24 here, so Poisson. Rebecca Rampazzo is poised and ready to play shutdown defense, pushing her deep. But no, we're in. Handler's swinging it. Romano with the disc. Big backhand fake across now. Italy doing a better job of containing the French into their end zone here. Just moving. And a big hook up. Lequois at the disc. Beautiful throw. Perfectly weighted. And again, another hook into the end zone. And a goal. Easy there for Josephine Bolette.
The French, just the way they're able to respond, come back the other way with that much quickness. I thought the Italian defense for the first 3 throws was pretty good. It was okay. There's a little bit of weather here. They're in their own end. They're feeling the pressure going back and forth in the end zone. One throw to get it out, and then this absolute laser up line to get it to Lequois. And from there, the French see it in, and the Italians have got some dropped heads. I think they've got another timeout.
I think it might be halftime.
Indeed it is. Half is at 7.
Yes.
It's not a timing thing.
No, it's
game
13. Yes.
So, shall we take a break?
Shall we take a break? We'll take a break. We'll be right back. You leave us here, and we'll join you in a couple of minutes.
Get there. Yes, he will.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the European Youth Ultimate Championships. We're here watching France and Italy go against each other to top their power pool. Currently France are up 7-2 on the Italians, and we are coming out of the half-time ever so shortly. We've had a good game. Steph, what have your thoughts been so far?
Yeah, the French have just taken every advantage that's been given. Now, we've said, and that's what it is. Some they've taken, some, and maybe a few too many, they have been given. The Italians have not done themselves any favor, let themselves down on far too many occasions. And so, you know, I would say it's about a 50-50 kind of situation where the Italians have given away 50% of their breaks. And I don't want to slight what the French are doing. There is obviously a strong defense. You don't go on a 5 break runs, a 6 in a row run, without having a very strong defense, and consistent across the board defensive pressure. It's a very athletic team, and you know, when they get the disc back, this defensive offense is working in their favor. At the start of the game, you mentioned, I think, that it was the Italians who were kind of shooting to go, and as this game progresses and they're playing this defensive with consistency, 5 in a row now, they are picking it up and sighting the open deep shots and pulling the trigger without hesitation.
Sure.
And it is paying off for them. And it's nice to be able to see this variation, this variance from the French team. It's going to be a whole lot of work for the Italians to find the mental strength to get back in this one. And that should not be the focus from a coaching point. It should be, let's just get back in that end zone. Let's get back in there once. Let's find a way to score and give ourselves a little breath of confidence.
Yeah, one point at a time. The game is always 0-0. I think Italy is starting on offense here. So they've got an opportunity to go out and solidify that offensive hold and then push the France O-line. You did mention that the French team might not do O and D lines, they might do situational kind of lines. So hopefully they can push them. We see the cowboy hat back out onto the Italian O-line, so good to see Benzi back after a bit of an injury call. Hopefully they're feeling better.
She's been their best on ground, as mentioned. I think that's the last thing you can afford when the ship is sinking. And the captain's no longer at the helm. I don't know if she's the actual captain, but just for the analogy, your best on ground, it leaves the ground. It just, those heads drop a bit more. So hopefully getting her back out there is some bit of good fortune for a turnaround.
Benzi popping back, but France do the pull and get their players there immediately. I thought that was a drop, but a good contain. Back to Benzi now. Find the line splash. Continuation lacking a little bit, but disc is going up to number 7. Valeri. Looking a bit stuck, hoping to swing disc back into the middle now. But a hand block, but a foul is called. Potentially uncontested here, Mayard saying, I fouled you. Disc will come back in on 0, just on this closest sideline to us now. You can see the Italian women's sideline all gathered in one spot. And a huck going up, but just too far.
Yeah, throw not perfect and really good defense by Jansen. She was stuck to Novelli.
Jansen on the disc now, but a turnover. Again, the disc is getting wet, and every time it touches the floor, it gets wetter and wetter. So Italy, another chance here to capitalise on their offensive start. Good, confident down the line throw there. Again, looking to come into the middle of the pitch. High release, but received well. Lorino with the disc. Fakes an IO, doesn't get it. But super good poach off D there. Blanchard with the disc. Looking for help, gets it. Open side. Looking for the huck, threatening it. But no open side again. Valor with the disc, but just turning over.
Yeah, that one flubs again right out of the hand, slippery fingers. And Benzi will have a chance for Italy. Multi-turns now. 4 in the point.
Benzi looking frustrated there. Not many people coming to cut for her, but a great pop-up again. Lorino with the disc. Great bid, but couldn't come up with it. Hit the ground hard there.
They sure did, but Fabri, I'd love to see it, as you said, not afraid to put the body on the line.
Beautiful open side throw in the hands of Monzelitz. Back to Millard. Millard now moving the disc round. Contact and disc space called. France just capitalising on these open side options and just going up. Defensive pressure, but not that much of it, and that's another break for the French team.
Yeah, the French are winning the races. The Italians are taking the unders, and particularly those last 2 throws, playing under, but you know, you talk about hand and pocket defense. They're playing under, but giving way too much space, and it's an easy throw for Le Pezenec. Look at the separation for a 10-meter throw, and then the next separation, the under there with 5 meters on the deep space can just float one out, and the Italian pressure has to be tighter than that. And again, maybe this is just a show of superiority, and the French can win these matchups one-on-one across too many of the matchups, and they're exposing their, you know, their dominance in fitness and speed.
Sometimes it just be like that.
But wow, they're really making, like on that point there, made it look easy because the Italian defense could not keep up on multiple matchups.
It's difficult to say because obviously the Italians are starting on offense every time and then having to play defense after a turnover. But if I was the coach, I'd be thinking about what they could potentially do that they haven't done before. So if France are starting to kind of capitalise on pushing away from the disc and then slashing and getting an under kind of laterally rather than coming aggressively under. So maybe a force out would be a good option from the Italian D-line to stop them using the middle space and push them to the sideline, or a zone that potentially contains them a little bit more. But France just looking really confident. But we've got an OB pull, so that'll be walk to the middle.
See if they've got any live correspondents listening to your advice there that they can implement it immediately.
Jokes. I'm not an expert.
Who is though?
Italian sideline not dampened by the spirits of this game at the moment. Lovely isolation there. Novelli moves this forward. Stop back. Can't stop her. Get it? Hey. Amati. High disc, it's a pick, so it's going to have to be received. And she does catch it. Not a goal, unfortunately.
So nice, you'll have to do it twice. Amati did the old Indiana Jones catch there. Remember when he put the hand through the chest to take the heart out? That was one of those ones. Because I don't know how her hand got around the defender there. It was dead back on defense. And somehow, in Amati's hand.
Oh, it goes. Oh, and again, unfortunately, just a turnover too high into double coverage as well, asking a lot of the receiver. Static start. Payette with the disc. Asking her team to make space. Devaux with the disc, a huck. Indeed. Chiara says no, and she shoots. It's hanging, not sure if it's trailing out. It's an out, unfortunately. All 3 French defenders really committing to getting that D, even though the disc was unfortunately out of the pitch.
Yeah, Italians just going for it there when they finally get it back. I loved the over pursuit of the D on D for them to get it, but then a little bit too ambitious the other way.
Yeah, Romano with the disc, popping it over the top. Well caught. Italy now forcing France to use more of the space. The disc goes up. Is it going to trail back in field? It's not, unfortunately. And a great rundown, but as the disc was touched up there. Oh, no, she caught it outfield, you're correct. Italian coach signalling where the disc is going to be coming in. About midfield, just in front of Albi. It's good to see both teams shooting. think it's exciting when teams start hucking. We don't want it to become tennis, but it's good to see both teams playing with confidence, even though Italy are in a deficit at the moment. Like we said, France just maybe being a little bit more confident and maybe a little bit more accurate. But 72 with the disc now. Chiara looking for the isolation on 12, but not getting it. Stopper tried, no success. Disc goes up, but Novelli confidently takes it down. She says, no, it's mine. But just a D into the space.
Thrown into way too much
Potentially a
traffic.
foul called there. Amati is not necessarily happy with the level of contact given. Let's take a look back.
I mean, if number 10 for France, Delpech, had the left hand up and was pushing off, okay, there may have been like, it was like a field check to feel where your defender is, because the right hand slapped down. By my estimation, seeing that, I didn't see much of a foul.
Yeah, I think that potentially will be discussed and would like to see that being retracted. But players entitled to their discussion. Everyone, everyone's opinion is valid here.
Here it is again.
We've had the whistle that time is over for discussion.
Here it is again. I mean,
you could potentially argue that maybe the contact impacted the second play on the disc, but we have had a contested foul, and so the disc is going back into Novelli's hands, and she swings the disc open side to Fabbrini. Fabbrini looking infield, high disc, but received by Stopper. Can't stop her. I'm not going to do that one anymore. That
you can do it all day. You can do it all day.
Chiara with the disc. This is much better from Italy. Confident. Capello on the disc throws a sky ball that is just not going to be received. That's out of the pitch, unfortunately, on that far side. Very close to the cute dog that I think we missed earlier. We'll try and get it on the camera later, but I think it might be gone.
Get the dog back.
Bit of discussion, violation. Well, not technically a violation, but people moving before the disc is in play. I think it's Romano on the disc now, taps the ground. Oh, almost a close recovery, but really, really good attempt there. Italy on the doorstep, but a call or a stoppage or something. Disc is in, threatening for that IO, but not received. Looking a little bit stuck. Novelli attacks the open cone and gets it. Big step back, and it's the goal! There it is for Italy. That takes us to 8-3.
Boom, they've stopped the bleeding, so to speak. Chiara Festa with the goal. Of course, the daughter of JJ Festa, the longtime tournament director of Paganello, and a legend of the sport for many years in Rimini. You see him over there wearing an Italian afro and a flag over his shoulders.
Very patriotic.
Yes, he's actually, two of the Festa girls are on this team, I believe.
I'm not seeing another Festa.
No, maybe I'm wrong. I could have sworn, but no, you're right. I don't see another Festa on the roster.
Just one Festa.
And a Festa, of course, the translation is a party. We're having a Festa.
Oh.
So.
You're showing me up, Steph. I've not got all of these pockets of knowledge. I can only see what's in front of me.
That's not what I'm up to, but I do love delivering any tidbits that I know. But yeah, we're looking a little deeper. A 15-year-old with 4 years playing experience started at age 11. That said, undoubtedly has been exposed to the sport for much longer than that, knowing her roots.
I think you're right.
But Italy, boy oh boy, did they need that one.
They did. pushing it ever so closer to being in touching distance, but unfortunately I do think that France have got quite a significant advantage here, coming out on offense again now. Be good to see the Italian team really push them here, but if we know the France team well, they will secure this offense quite easily. But let's see. The rain has stopped, the wind has dropped down a little bit now, so the weather's not contributing negatively in any way. Pull is up from the Italian. Received just shy of middle towards the end zone. Push to that far side. Middle of the pitch again. Italy sideline, hooting the horns and shouting at them to work harder. The men's side now cheering in.
Must be nice for them to have a D-line back out there.
Yeah, a strange experience. Just in the middle. France struggling to find, tempo, but looking a little bit better now. Maillard with the disc. Looking for it. Puck goes up. 2 players there and a great D from Larino.
Yeah, really took advantage of her size there on the mismatch. The throw could have been a little crisper, could have had a bit more spin, but Larino, great knockover.
We're in. Amati with the disc. Threatening to go open side, not received. Runs it with Benzi on the disc again after her injury. Disc in the middle, Italy have got momentum. Just too far again for Larino.
That very confident catch by Amati. Just too far inside.
Puck goes up. Too far. 3 turnovers in this point. I might have cursed them at the beginning by saying that France were finding the offensive looks quite easy. Intensity from Italy. Potentially France maybe a bit overconfident now, taking shots on that aren't necessarily there. But you need to take the shots to learn when they're on and when they're not on. So I don't hate the option.
Not at all. Shooter's got to shoot.
Slow to pick up the disc. Got Benzi. Fashioning some waterproof trousers now, potentially try and protect that knee that was taped up earlier. And Benzi calls the timeout. Which with, a fair turnout. I think it's been 23 passes, 3 turnovers, 2 turns, 1 turn for the Italians.
Wow, worthy. This is a moment where an in-game timeout is
understandable.
acceptable.
Yeah. And this is where the French trolley, genius.
Oh yeah. I mean, these trolleys have got to be part and parcel of any campaign nowadays to be able to get drinks out to the whole team quick, concisely.
Yeah, I'm going to pitch for one.
Yeah. Get the brand name there. What is it called?
I think it says tea cake.
I like tea and cake.
I'd like some tea and cake right now. I don't think it says. Does it say tea cake?
I cannot confirm still.
Can't confirm or deny. So we're here at the European Youth Ultimate Championships. France are up 8-3 on Italy. We've got our first timeout. Not our first timeout. We've got a timeout. Steph, what do you think the Italians need to do here? What would you like to see?
I would like to see them be able to stretch the field a little bit more, at least threaten to stretch the field. They have been, it's a very Italian style to be able to play the short game, do a lot of handler movement, even, almost overcommit to dominator style offense, certainly in their own end. I would really like that if they want to stay with that. I would really like the cuts to open up the field, to loosen up that French defense.
Yeah.
Give them a chance to get big gaining unders if they don't shoot for goal every time. But I think they've got to change up the style a little bit north-south on their offensive approach just to change things up. They scored on their last possession, but it took them 3 tries to do it. They got to get this O-line clicking and maybe, just a slightly different approach. Not changing it completely, no different formations, but just the upfield cutters a little bit more length in their cut as they spread deep and find bigger spaces in the middle of the field.
I agree. Just having the disc wiped by Benzi, and the disc is now in. Kind of like a hybrid-y approach from the French defense here. Immediate swing to that far side. Low throw, but well received. And into the middle. Fabry with the disc. Back to Benzi. Moving it around to Rampazzo. Amati. To Rampazzo, to Benzi. French zone, hybrid look, so match downfield. Doing a good job of containing Italy, but they are moving it up ever so slowly. Benzi with the disc, fakes the backhand. France now shutting off that swing, but received. Now moving backfield. I'd like to see Italy try and push a little bit more aggressively into the upfield space. Ballerina with the disc, back to Amati, to Rampazzo. All the way to Benzi, high disc, gonna have to work hard to get there, and she gets the disc. But out, unfortunately. Brilliant effort from...
It just does it and does it and does it again. Out. She's had a missed layout or two, but it has not once been her fault that she's not been able to do it. She's throwing everything on the line. French defense there had that zone front, the 3-player wall, and lagging in the zone, but the upfield match defense was super, super tight through it.
Big Cropsfield hop going up. She spots the open player, falls short, and Italy get that D. Rampazzo.
Who's cannonballing through though? Like Rampazzo made the play, but
Benzi's there. She's like, I'm coming. Benzi for sure a star of the future, playing with a massive level of confidence that we love to see. Doing a little bit of tick-attacking out the field, pushing upfield but not receiving it, asking for it back. Rampazzo. Always free Rampazzo on that swing. Good to see them taking it. Across to Amati. Threatens the huck, doesn't come. Back to Rampazzo. Beautiful from Benzi. Lovely throw to Amati. Rampazzo asking now, they're shutting down Benzi, but she takes the space. She knows where to go when they take that backfield back. Benzi truly driving this offensive point now. France working hard. Downfield players a little bit static, but a genius option over the top. A little bit of space. Rampazzo to the disc, to Lorino. She's asking for that middle space. Rampazzo disc. Swing. To Amati. Back to Benzi. Amati. Benzi. Rampazzo. Quite a lot of passes now. We're up to 46 or 63 total passes in this point. Disc on the sideline. Benzi with the disc, looking for a break option. She throws an IO, and it's a goal. Bit of contact from the French player losing a limb, but that's a break. That is a break.
It is.
That is a break. That's 8-4.
Big break for the Italians. Can we overstate the contribution by Benzi? Because I feel like that still needs to be recognized. Benzi gets the assist there. A single stat blows my mind for how much she has contributed, so we will overstate this one. She has been an absolute warrior. You see the limp coming off the field, fighting through injury, fighting through, playing from behind, and just going out there and leaving it all on the field.
Yeah. Benzi, we see you.
Incredible stuff. The French sideline, the men's team, a very interesting cheer that trying to distract the Italian offensive approach. Not my favorite.
To be fair, with these commentating headphones in, I can't really hear it.
I think I did hear just enough, and then was kind of watching. I love that they're here to support, but it's an interesting one when your team playing defense. And there was distraction.
We
to
don't
the
like that.
opponents.
We've got to be respectful to all players, all Frisbee players, no matter what their score is or who you're playing up against. We're in now, so France on offense, having been broken. So Romano on the disc, moving it across. Nice IO shot, going fast, but Jan Nessen keeps it in, playing a little bit tiki-taka. Looking into the middle of the pitch, swinging to Romano. Over the top. Beautiful backhand, not quite in, but is it a goal? It's a goal for Chloe Monziol. Well done. That is the kind of offense that I thought we were going to see from France on that first time that I called it. Just super, super conservative, but knowing when to shoot, taking the safer reset options, finding those opportunities to shoot it, and you can see here they just go, nope, that's not on, and then that one is on. That's a beautiful throw, and the continuation from the cutter there to know to use the width of the depth of the end zone. I think a lot of teams focus on this front kind of third, but there's the end zone is so deep that you can utilize all the space. So a great point. It's 9-4 now, with Italy coming out on offense. Games are 80 minutes, so just about 20 minutes left, just under 20 minutes. Games to 13, so not quite knocking on the door France of a win yet, and plenty of time left for an Italy comeback.
Yeah, Italy's just got to look to extend at this stage. They've got their offense back on the field. It's a low-pressure offensive situation, but they just want to figure this out for themselves moving forward right now. These are the kind of points where let's get back to our basics. Maybe not, earlier I suggested changing things up. Because of the amount of mistakes they've had, perhaps it is just reestablish some confidence doing what you're doing. I've now prescribed multiple ways of moving forward, and that's not up to me. But certainly,
it's up to Benzie.
Yeah, certainly multiple options. I'd really love to. They deserve to be a bit closer.
I agree.
They've let themselves down, but they're good enough to be a lot closer.
They're going super tight on Benzie, but she's able to push through it. Good use of finding that player. Lorino able to get free there, up to the 12 of Stopper. A consistent downfield option is Stopper. Mentioned her name quite a few times now. Disc swinging to nobody other than Benzie, who throws and goes and moves it across to Lorino. Front of the end zone, Benzie trying to get free. She's pushing it upfield. A little bit of a miscommunication, but disc is in the hands. And to the Italian side, there's a foul being called here.
Yeah.
3v3 sandwich.
I see the potential for the foul to be called there, but it was just thrown to a pile. That throw should not have gone. They were moving it again so well, and then the throw for goal was very ill-advised. The fake there and turning back the other way would have had an open receiver on the break side. If the breakthrough comes or not, who cares? But you just find yourself that reset.
It's easy to get end zone eyes, especially when you're down, because you are I say the word desperate, but not desperate. You're so wanting to score. It's easy to do it. But 3v3 there, and I can understand that foul, but yeah.
There was a bump there for sure.
Yeah, I think the hand came over.
I like to say yes, maybe a foul, but that's a foul I would like to call on the thrower.
Yes.
Because they threw into a situation that was only ever going to have a foul.
We have got a contested though, so disc is going to go back to Italy. So Italy still got the chance to take this to 9-5. We're in a good position. A lot of the players are to the closest side of the pitch to us. We would want to try and see Italy use all of that space to the far side. It's very, very open right now. Looking a bit stuck, but a call. Potentially a pick. Oh, there's the pass count for us.
The Italians have done it a lot tougher for a lot less goals.
That's more than I thought that France were going to have. I'm surprised. High disc. Is it Benzie's? It's Benzie! Lovely. And another stat for Benzie's name, and as we said a couple of seconds ago, he deserves more and she got more. And way to play through the contact there as well. I think a lot of people would have bailed out of that disc, but she thought, no, that's mine, I'm having that.
Yeah, when it comes to Benzie, it's all taken and no given. 9-5, what a way to make a living. That's our score line as well, as we can quote Dolly Parton every time that score line comes up. But the Italians are fighting their way back in. They got a break in the second half. They've held twice now in the second half. In this second half, they are winning 3-1. They got a break on the very first point of the game. They seemed down and out. Now they are just down.
Yeah, France definitely lost a little bit of spark, which is a shame, really, because they started so strong. I said to Steph when the game started, France looked really confident, and now they don't look confident at all, really, and taken off some of their big players, so potentially trying to play through the rest of the team now. I was noticing that quite a few people were playing multiple times, so now putting out some fresh legs to maybe solidify this offensive point and rest for the rest of the team. Italy with the pull. Rampazzo with the disc going up. Lovely hang time. Chasing the disc. Moving the disc quickly up the field against this Italian zone. Swinging laterally currently. High disc, but well received. Not able to make it out of their end zone yet. Fast disc, and there's the turnover. And Italy capitalise immediately.
Here they come. The tides are turning. I thought the game was put to bed. The Italians had made so many mistakes. They just couldn't put a foot right. The French were doing enough to feel good about their efforts too, but it doesn't take much.
No, it doesn't.
It is now 4-1 in the second half. The Italians have taken the momentum. You hear the Italian fan base getting a little louder now. And as we did mention at the start of this game, it is a game of runs. It can be. And then we saw the French run go deeper and deeper and deeper. And I was like, well, it can't be a game of runs if they just run the whole way to the finish line. But they didn't. The flow was stopped, and the Italians have stolen a semblance of momentum here. If they can make this work and turn this one on and make a proper tight ending of this, I will be exceptionally impressed. It was great defense there in the end. There was one upfield cutter available. Everything else was compressed and condensed in a 10-meter box outside of the goal line. It forced the turnover, and they put it again straight in, one throw conversion. The Italians have found a little bit of swagger here.
That they have. Coming out on offense again. Spin pull. Great pull. Great pull. Centering pass from France. On the move now. Playing with a little bit more energy, but immediately stifled by Italy. Into the middle.
Benzie looking ever dangerous, even on defense right now.
Swing across to this close side. Caron on the disc. Monzoil to Goyon. Great pick up there. Fallord. And no question asked, that's a goal.
That is a goal. It was low. I think I agree completely. It was low, but it was up. We will see it again if that might change our minds, but I believe that was up. Not the perfect throw, but
trust
close
your
enough.
receiver. They were very free. Yeah.
Oh, it is so close.
I think just got the arm underneath
I
it.
think she kept the hands underneath.
And a great big hug there from her teammate.
But
That's
boy,
nice to
oh
see.
boy, was that a lucky one to get out of that. Certainly helped France push towards that finish line that seemed imminent not so long ago. Now a little bit more doubt. That throw certainly did not come out the way it was planned in the head. The more I see it, the slower I see it, the more I might believe that may have been down. Called up, it's a goal, no questions asked on the field. but we could ask those questions.
We could ask those questions. We'll be the game advisors next time.
I do never want that.
No, I don't envy those people.
I'll call them like I see them in the booth, and it's for
it.
entertainment purposes only and not going to have an impact on the game. But yeah, I definitely don't want my opinion to be that compelling that they should be listening out on the field.
Romano with the pull now. Again, it started raining, so we get to take a look at this Italian O-line. We've got Benzi, a crowd favourite with the disc, looking downfield, but not many options. Rapazzo through the middle. So Chiara Festa going big, deep, disc going up, but France are just there underneath there, saying no. Romano had her back to the disc for quite a long time, but was able to turn around and get that block. But now looking a little bit stuck, and it's nobody but Benzi to Festa. And a block from France.
And like Benzi recognized that was not her player, recognizes the threat, and goes and takes it away. What a great
big cut going up. Come on, Benzi. Not that I was biased. And a drop. Benzi with the disc asking her team, cut for me. Great reception from Chiara Festa. And just too low. Too low for the hands of the Italian receiver. France short field. Probably a final third to go. We've got Emma Romano walking towards the disc. Italy forcing infield, and I did that.
No way that was a drop.
I did that in the Spice semi-final at Nationals last year on Universe Point.
You dropped it picking it up.
Yeah.
But that was tapped out of her hands, so that would have been a strip.
Oh, was it? I just saw the drop. I picked the disc up, and just dropped it. And it was a turnover.
Yeah. It should.
Yeah.
It's a tough one.
And my team looked at me with shock and horror, and I just laughed. Ooh, we didn't see that.
That would be, it looks like ankle or foot.
That's a big loss, actually. We've mentioned Rampazzo's name quite a few times. Really solid in the backfield, always getting free on that handler space. But France on offense now, driving towards their end zone. Romano looking a bit stuck, but swings the disc to Payet. Upfield, and there's Benzi with the run through. Excellent work. And the disc is going up for Benzi. And she doesn't get it, but what a bid!
Between two defenders.
And an injury call for France.
Goodness gracious.
Deveau coming off, holding her back potentially. And Maya coming on to replace. I want to see a replay. Oh, we've got this one. I wanted to see a replay of our gal getting her D. There's one of them.
Oh.
You can make a whole highlight reel for this individual.
Here's the other one. You wanted to see it, you're going to get it. Oh.
Wow, she's so confident knowing that. And here's the attempted bid. She's close on this.
Between two. Oh,
it's really good. And France are now swinging the disc. France doing some big, expansive options and throwing into space here.
Ooh.
Italian defense ramping. France looking a bit frustrated with their players, but we're in now. Maya in the backfield. Bolet. Big cut going up, trailing to that far side. Received nicely. That is such an unguardable throw. To be able to throw it from this side of the pitch and leave it arcing flat to your receiver on that side, it's difficult for the Italian defense to do anything there.
Yeah, Ella Maillard there throws a dime. She was doing it in the midst of that run. She had a whole bunch. It's her 4th assist of the day. But that is an absolute dime dropped for Mercier. And the French with a reestablishment of their command, getting a break late now, staying up 11-6 with that one.
Benzie looking a little bit hurt, but being put on the pitch, trusted.
I mean, the Italian coaching staff really want this game. I might be at a stage right now in a coaching seat to be giving Benzie a break and to be using more of the lines. And does that suggest I'm giving up on the game? Some might take that, but I think it's like I am playing this tournament at this stage. To fight for this win, playing the 3 or the 4 in the semis, like I think both these teams should be able to back themselves at this stage. Getting this deep in the tournament, going undefeated, they've beat everyone already. I think I could have a sense to be taking my foot off the gas and playing for depth.
Yeah, sometimes you have to recognize what is up against you, and also with the clock. It's difficult, and it takes kind of good leadership to recognize that, okay, the game is over and we can either lie down and take it or we can learn from it. And I think sometimes you have to play people in different positions and push newer players into more experienced roles because it's better for the depth of the squad. Benzie trying to get free there, but being super shut down by Mayad, but Amati gets the disc. To Lorena. French defense looking fierce. Really good shutdown D. Benzie's being taken out the game there.
Yeah, the French coaching staff have surely given Mayal the big challenge here and said...
But she's free. Big block. Benzie wanted that huck but couldn't get it. She's frustrated. Looking for an option. It's not quite there. And it's there, but the stall out is called. What do you think, Steph?
I mean, I certainly didn't hear the counting. It felt like a high stall count, maybe a little bit quick, but I can't really... I can't say I think it was like audacious. A little bit quick would be my sense of it.
Yeah, it is stall out contested, and not the greatest showing of communication from both Benzie and Mayad there, looking a bit frustrated with each other. But high stakes moments, it happens. Disc is going up, and it's caught, and the disc is in, coming upfield. France have got an opportunity now to get that point. Centre field, Io, lovely outside in throw, confident shot. Down to the 24 show. Poisson to Maya. Inside to Dole. Open side. France looking confident, and there's the goal. This France line just really good at converting on opportunities and playing with a level of cleanliness that is wiser beyond their years, perhaps. Big expansive options, big unders, big slashes. It's a testament to the training that they put in.
Yeah. Here's another look at the score. I saw Benzie coming off, wondering to the coaching staff if they might call a timeout. I think she wants to keep playing. She's asking for it still to her coach. But I think they really want to extend this game. That is the competitive spirit in it. I think it's up to the coaching staff at this stage to overrule and to be able to say, no, we got to just keep playing this. We got to use our line. We're down 6-12. Even just to, I mean, you'd be putting it on the French too, and I know I sound like a defeatist here, and I don't believe that I am, but I think there's some reality that this is not the game to invest it all into.
No, it's not.
Certainly not when you're trying to dig out of a hole the amount that would need to be put in. And I think the coaching staff should be putting the foot down here and say, okay, we'll take the timeout, but I'm not putting my top line back out there again to put them to the sword.
Agree. It's not a knockout. Both teams will advance. Both teams will play. It's a difference of. It's one team different. If they play Germany, if they play Great Britain, it's not a massive task. And so, yeah, I agree with you. I think that maybe they should be realistic. but you know, if this means a lot to them and they want to be putting out their top players, they can. But you know, the tournament isn't over. There's still.
I see the drive in Benji. I would bet potentially a limb. Ooh. I hope there's nobody who's going to take my bets from parts of my body, but that Benzi is taking that line again. She is not ready to cash in her chips even for this game.
I mean, she's got a fair highlight reel from this game alone.
JJ Festa out there with the plastic clap hands.
Having the best time.
You can go visit him at Paganello like every year.
Paganello is a tournament I'm still yet to go to.
You'll have to go next year. Last year was Alta TV's first year there.
Ah.
We'll be back. So it's a great tournament.
Sign me up.
It has some potential for atrocious weather, as shown last year. I mean, it's early season beach, right? So it's start of May, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
And so we had like 2.5 days of pretty nice weather with like little bits of mizzle, as I've learned today.
The language.
And then there was some, oh God, like towards one of the finals, it really just exploded.
Yeah. Well, hopefully the rain doesn't keep coming down. We're hoping for some nice midsummer sun as we see Italy on offense with Benzi firing a lovely shot to Novelli. Novelli pretty static in that positioning, but hoping to get the disc to Benzi, and it does, and she gets it on the second attempt. Open side, France sniffing for that D, but Lorena says nope. Down to Amati again. France close, threatening the hut, not going. Stopper being beckoned to move out the way, not in a good position. Big bump from France, but there's a call on the far side of the field, unsure what.
I think it's a head tap from the sideline.
Do you think it's a stall out?
Potentially that's what they're discussing. If it is, again, I would believe that was a quick one.
Yeah, I do agree with you.
I do like to see Rampazzo back out there, that she's healthy. I don't like to see Rampazzo back out there, that they're still trying to get more out of her in this game.
She's stretching that back as if she's having pain.
She just got hit there on that reception. She had the body opened up 2 hands above, and there was a bit of a run through by Monziol. So she took another knock there. I'm sure she'll be fine. These youth bounce back from knocks a lot better than those of more age.
Yeah, so a contested foul, not contested foul, my bad, a contested stall out. Disc coming in, stalling. Disc is in, disc goes up. France snaffles it away. That's an actually brilliant grab there by Janssen. Travel called.
Are things getting niggly out there? Janssen runs
Things
back.
might be getting a bit snappy. Disc is up. A bit wobbly. Open side. France on the run. Big hut going up. This could be it. This could be over. And that's game.
France have put it away.
Bomb with the score. 13-6.
Convincing win in the end. I think the Italians are going to be really let down, and they should be. We know they're better than that. They should have and could have been much better than that. You see the 2 coaches having a chat out there right now. I'm not sure. I think tempers flared just a little bit towards the end of that game. I think this does set ourselves up for a nice potential rematch. I know that if they play again, I will still give France the advantage, but I don't think they will ever beat them in this tournament by 7 goals again.
No, I think Italy will learn from this.
So, but a good game. France really earned and deserved everything they took there by virtue of their hard work and tight defense, or by virtue of Italy's follies and inability to put things together. They did what they could and took advantage of every opportunity they got, and are going to see themselves into the #1 spot going through. And they'll hold that right through to the final if they can keep winning. The turns jump off for me. 25 turns by the Italians, even though a whole bunch by the French. That is That is a lot of turning over in that game.
Well,
The
those
weather.
break chances stand out as well. France with 20 opportunities and then Italy only with 8. That is quite a stark difference, and the scoreline reflects that.
20 break chances garnered. And 9 for 20, that is good percentage.
Just under half, yeah, I agree.
That is a strong showing by the French. Great to get the match stats by our wonderful friends at Force, and our wonderful stats pairing, Emma and Bonnie, doing a wonderful job getting those stats in so we can put them up on the screen for you back at home. But another great game in the books there, Derbs.
Yeah, excellent game. And that is the end of the France-Italy matches. We've got another game next. Just going to check who we're streaming next, if you bear with us just 1 second.
So we will have a stream up that we'll likely see. Actually, no, we have a break up next, which is very nice. We'll be coming back after the break with Italy, Switzerland in the Open Division, and that is to get into a semi-final. So that is a pre-semi.
It's a big game.
And after that, we will have the same pre-semi in the women's division, but those results have not been put in yet, so we don't know exactly who it will be.
Well, thank you very much for joining us this morning, and we'll be back this afternoon for more. I've been Amelia Devon, joined by Steph Pazzo, and see you soon.
I'm a bit too much, but I'm fun and games. When I'm at the